Welcome back to Mad Dog Airguns. In today's video we're out on the range, obviously. We're out in the beautiful sunshine. Let me just get in a better position. I've been sent some of these. These are projectiles from ZRAM.net. I've got 2 lots of 68 caliber and 1 lot of 50 caliber. I've weighed these on the scales. There's only a weight thing on one of them. Now that says Z68 version 2 10 grams. Now that actually weighs, not average, I think there's 6 in the packet, no, however many there is in the packet, an average is 9.78 grams, so that's what I shall set the chronograph to. I've got some lighter ones which don't have a weight on them. They average at 8.41 grams. They will be firing through the HDR.68. Now the ZRAM.50, these ones here, they come in at 4.4 grams. I can adjust the chronograph to suit and then we get an accurate reading. I will just take these 50s out of the packet. They are sharp. If you can see that. Will it focus on there? I'll try and get my face out of it. They look pretty sharp. Don't want to drop them, and I'm hoping that if they do fly down the range they don't bounce back, and that'll be good for going through the tractor tyre, won't it? But they look pretty impressive. I'll put it across the screen, www.zram.net. They're quite popular. I've seen a lot of people shooting these. So say we've got the 68 caliber ones, which are pretty much the same, but I don't think they're quite as sharp. Got a bit of a profile on them. I can get my finger in that one, look. It would still hurt if that twatted you. What I shall do is I shall fire the first one through the chronograph, we'll video that, and then we'll see what it does to these roasting tins. Now obviously sometimes the air pistols and that don't go through the roasting tin because they're quite thick steel. The black powder, the 2.2, straight through, no problem at all. I have had a couple of shots with a HDR.68 that's putting out about 40 joules, puncher through that roasting tins. So these ZRAMs are quite a nice fit in the plastic drum on the HDR.68. I didn't bring the aluminium drum out with me, so we're going to try it in that. Nice, good fit, so I'm hoping for good things. I've got the shakes now. I've been pretty rough just recently, not being very well at all. What it is, who knows. Whether it's the old, the dreaded lurgy or what, I've got over it a bit now, but I'm still a bit shaky and not quite all there with it. I know some people that know me personally will say you've never really been with it. So that's loaded up. I'll get the chronograph sorted out. We'll have 1 shot through there because you don't get many in a bag. You get 6 in a bag. I don't know if that's just the amount that they send out for you to test it or how many you get in them. I'll have to look on their website because I think they're quite expensive, but if they're bloody good you don't mind paying a little bit, do you? Anyway, let's get this chrono set up. Well, that didn't read. Fucking hell, 32 joules. .41. 22. See if I can hit that. So the ZRAM.68s are quite durable. That's one that bounced off the roasting tin. It's not knocked it out of shape at all. So if you was able to catch your rounds, The others that went straight through, they're long gone. They've buried themselves in the dirt. The heavier ones seem a bit more powerful through the gun. I did put fresh CO2 in when I changed it. So the first lot was 32 joules and the second lighter ones were about 22, which for a 16 joule gun, not too bad. Now this has got the tuning barrel fitted, but I've not put the extension on. So now we're going to try it with the HDR.50. Now this is tuning barrel, valve block removed, restrictor disc removed, and the modified pin in there. We're getting about 25 joules with that. So let's get this loaded up and see what these Z-Rams will do on the HDR.50. This is quite a good weight for the HDR.50, about 4.4, somewhere around there. It's pretty good. Let's see what numbers we get, and we can destroy some targets. My aim so far this morning, see, afternoon. My aim this afternoon was quite off to start with. I'm bloody shaking about all over the place. Anyway, let's crack on. Here goes. 26 joules, ain't bad. Roasting tin on the left. Bottle in the middle. You know, Coke can. So they were pretty good, the old Z-Rams. The 10 grams, which were 9.78 grams over average, was the most powerful. And yeah, in the HDR.68, the slightly lighter ones didn't put out quite as much power. Now I could have put the extension barrel on, but I didn't. I thought, well, I'll just keep it stock, because I mean, I don't know about you, but some of these less lethal guns, the builds, although I appreciate the ingenuity that goes into them and the power that you can get out of them on HPA and this, that, the other, to me, if you're going to be using this as defence, that's how it wants to be. With a CO2 in there that you can quick pierce, good to go. It doesn't want to be 10 miles long with HPA bottles and God knows what. I'm not slagging people off, so it's all very good and it's all done in the interest of science, but for me, something like that, or something like that, even without the tuning barrel on this one, the HDR.50, it's not, you're never going to get the power that you can get with the HPA, but as a package, in my mind, if you're going to be using it for self-defense, which I don't suggest you do, because in most countries in the world, you're likely to get into more trouble shooting someone who's breaking into your house than they will do. You'll end up in prison. They'll probably just get a slap on the wrist. But that being said, if you are to be using something like this, it wants to be small and compact. I mean, that's not exactly concealed carry, is it? You know, it's not fucking Dirty Harry. I will be experimenting with HPA just to see what sort of numbers I can actually get out of these guns. Now I know some people have been getting crazy numbers. Whether I can achieve that or not, I do not know. The only downside for me is I've got to pump up the HPA bottle by hand, which is a bloody nightmare. But it is very nice out today. It's t-shirt weather. So that's going to be it. The only downside with these Z-Rams is there's not many in the packet. As I said previously, they do, even when hitting metal targets, they kept their shape really well. One did bounce back, the others just went straight through those bottles. It's not a big issue at all. They really are pretty good. So, you know, go and check out zram.net if you want to pick any of these up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.